What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today we're going to do some more Granblue Fantasy Versus. So I'm sure if you've gotten to play yet, depending on where you are, you may or may not have gotten the game ahead of time. You might have run into a certain little issue, and it's with some of these supers. So one thing about the supers in this game is that it actually reminds me a little bit of Persona in this regard, is that, this is gonna sound silly, but there's just different types of supers, and like some supers you could just block, but some supers need some special responses, and rather than going through all of them in the game, because a lot of them in the game, like, say Gran does like this super, right? So this, you just block, you block, here he comes, you block it, and you mash some buttons, and then you get a punish, right? But not all of the supers in the game are that straightforward to punish, so I want to talk about those specifically today. Gran definitely has one of them, by the way. So Gran will be his super skybound art. So the main thing is that this move is basically unpunishable. Right, so we have him block, and if you try to do basically anything, like, no, you can't like get there in time. So this one, you usually need a special response. I personally recommend trying to dodge or roll into whatever you want. But you can't like buffer it during the super flash, so I just mash. Good luck getting it, but it's not that bad. Roll's pretty consistent, like I said. Okay. But this also comes up too, because some people will try to like do this, and they'll use it like this without confirming it, because they're assuming the super is safe, which it kind of is. So here, you roll, and then you get your punish. Now, this leads us to one more thing. This doesn't come up that often, but he can actually make it just like safe. So anytime they do any point blank, medium, or heavy moves, you basically can't, and you can tell because I'm holding up, you can't do anything. It's gonna be airtight. He's just gonna be safe. Just try IBing, I guess. If you don't have meter for some reason, try instant blocking. Try to get some meter. Is all I could really say, because you don't even change frame advantage when you instant block in this game. So if that comes up, then it's gonna be airtight. But it doesn't generally come up. Like, people don't really use the move like this, so you don't have to worry about it. So just remember, after you see it, just try to dodge or roll, and you'll be good. Mash on it, it's totally fine. No one will judge you. It's all good. So next we have Lancelot, and we're going to be talking about this super skybound art. So this is actually safe on block, so you can't punish him on block, so you need a bunch of responses for it. They're pretty straightforward, though. You can super him, which would involve me doing it. There you go. Or you can DP him if you have one. You can also armor and parry. So Catalina has an armor move. If you have a parry, you can use that. The other thing too is that, so he's gonna move. So let's say you make him block a plus move. You can try to DP, super, whatever in between when he does it, as long as you recover fast enough. So in this, you have to really test with your character. So, for example, Catalina, you might have noticed that my DP whiffed the first time when I mashed it. You have to delay it to hit him. It's a little hard. So generally, when I do this, I like using the armor here or like a super. If you're really feeling it, you could air throw. I'm probably gonna mess it up though. It's not that easy. Oh, there you go. You can air throw. But you need a really short duration normal to do this. Like, not all characters can do this. I'm pretty sure Gran can do it. I know Catalina could do it. Probably anyone who has a close jab that's fast enough and plus enough can set this kind of thing up. Now in the corner, it works a little differently. So in the corner, he will actually go out, and you can punish with stuff. So for example, here, I'm gonna do my meaty setup. Now, the only thing is you have to wait a little bit, because if you mash here, you're not going to turn around. So I'm going to mash. See it? Okay, I still got it, luckily, but you don't turn around. So if you're going for like something big, like a 5 heavy or something, standing heavy, it's gonna miss. It's like that. Same as if you do like this style pressure here too, same thing. Well, here you're gonna block, so if you do like a crouching one, he'll go over you, so you get a punish. If you do standing, you just do your normal, what you would do mid-screen, minus air throw. Air throw probably won't work. Wow, that's new to me. So anyway, make sure you check your character's responses to see if they have anything extra besides this. These general things kind of work, but your character might have some type of plus string that you could use to like manipulate him to whiff so that you could punish. So next is Percival, right? So Percival doesn't have anything necessarily tricky normally. Like, you could just block his and punish, but it's just a thing to keep in mind. If he charges this up all the way, you will get unblockable. He's not invincible after he's holding it though, so you can just kind of hit him. But the other thing is there's also no cue, really, like visual cue, like looking at him to that he's gonna do it. I think probably long term people just end up looking at the clock if people still do this kind of like holding guessing game. At this point though, after blocking for a little bit, I just pop an invincible move that reaches far enough and you should be fine. Okay, so next is Lowain. So Lowain is pretty special because you actually need a lot of countermeasures for both of his supers. The Yggdrasil super, the Skybound art, is so in-depth that I actually need to make a video just about that. But I can give a quick couple of little tips for dealing with the Human Pyramid super, which is, well, this Human Pyramid. So the main thing is he has slashes, he has fireworks, this is an anti-air, this is the overhead, and he also has a low. The low hits rolls, which is pretty important to know. The low hits rolls, and I believe it's safe. This is not safe. The fireworks are also not safe, but sometimes it is safe. It's kind of wonky. So generally, what you want to do is when he does it, first look at his health bar, because here he can't block, he can't be thrown, and you can't. He can't block and he can't be thrown, right? But he takes the full damage all the time because he's super armoring everything. So if you can kill him, like everything does like full damage. So if he is at like kind of low life, you could try to just pop something that does a lot of damage. Just try to do unskilled stuff because he's gonna take the full damage from each hit, even though you don't get the animation. So like in this case, right? This did about close to 30%, and then the other one did like about 35% or so. Whoops. This does, yeah, close to like 35%. The other thing you want to try to do too is when he's attacking you. So it's a little bit of a guessing game, but if they're like mashing on you like that, you can try to first attack, because it's definitely your turn, and then try to dodge. One thing to keep in mind for his super in general is that I didn't do fast enough. Is that he is using it. He's basically trying to do as much damage as possible during it, and then you get to do a little bit more. This isn't that long. So both the supers, I'm gonna reiterate this in the Yggdrasil super video too. He is trying to just create situations where he could do more damage than other people's supers. Because let's say Catalina. Whoa, don't jump, please. Let's say Catalina super does like raw. I think this is like 30% maybe, right? This is 30%. You could use the skill icons. Oh, I guess it does 20%. You can use. Oh no, there it is, 35. Okay, so you could use the skill icons as a base, right? So each skill icon, let's say, is 1,000 life. So when he does a super, his basic goal is to try to hit you or get you to block stuff equal to about 30%. So when you're playing these, because they're basically both minigame supers, when you're playing against them, you're basically trying to take less than that each time he does one of these moves. So the basic strategy I would use for HPA is try to block, and then hit a button when he does something unsafe, usually the fireworks and the slashes, and then dodge. he can bait you, but then that's like the player interaction kind of thing. And if you can get through it with taking less than 30% damage, then in my head it's a victory for you. Because remember, every hit you get is going to be fully unscaled on him. So last we're going to talk about Metra. So Metra is pretty standard. She's like Gran or Percival. Like, you can roll on reaction and get like a full punish. You can block, and of course you'll get a punish. You're gonna be right here. It's counter hit, so you get like extra stuff maybe. Depends on your character, of course. But unlike some characters though, like hers goes full screen. It's kind of like Gran's. Hers goes full screen. You can't punish from full screen, right? So what do? Depends on the range. Even like this far, you can't really punish it. You're gonna try to dwell. Luckily, I'm Catalina. She made it. That punish is kind of small though. You might want a little bit more than this, or your character might not have a lunge move that gets there in time. So what do? So when you're at mid-range like this, you can try to jump, and now you're close enough, you can do whatever you want. Remember here, if I try to dash and run, I'm not gonna get it ever. But if I jump, I'll always get there. I'll always get close. You only block the last hit, then you do whatever you want. You can also make it a habit to just super jump too, like that, and you'll always get next to her, and either the last hit will whiff, or you'll block the last hit and just land in front of her, do whatever you want. Now, when you're full screen, when you're a little bit farther, like I say here, definitely super jump is the way into counter hit. And when you're full screen, this is probably the hardest one. I would recommend dash, super jump. It's a little tough though. If you have a character that has an invincible move that goes full screen, then you're golden. But there you go. You can probably even like land and dash and then do more stuff. Again, you have to dash, super jump. It's a little tight, but if you can do it, then you'll get a punish on her. That one takes a little practice, but I definitely recommend practicing that. You don't want them just feeling like they could do it. That's the whole reason why I went through these in the first place. You don't want them to just do these things and be like, oh, there's no risk, I'll just do it. If you have a punish ready, then you can get at least like 20-30% and make them feel like they're taking a risk using these supers. Okay, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.